Welcome to episode 11 of To Be Honest, the relatable weekly podcast where we ask questions and we discuss topics. I'm your co-host and I watch the same show every single day.
And I'm your host, the guy who says random facts that no one wants to hear.
Okay.
That's us. All right, we're in now. I think, we'll cut up again.
My heart really goes pitter-patter, pitter-patter.
I don't know what you're quoting, but...
okay.
They'll never know that you messed up at the beginning.
Okay.
Anyway.
What? Now they know. What do you have to say, though?
No, what? She didn't mess up. No one said that. Anyway. This week, we're just having a chat, and we have some things planned. I think a couple of possibly new segments. I have a game that we can play. So yeah, that's it. I mean, that's this week.
Should I go with my quote?
Oh yeah, we have a quote. So yeah, I guess go ahead and say a quote.
I don't know who this one's by.
Man, I think done. This is number 11 of these. Okay. Technically 12, but because of episode 6, but we don't talk about episode 6. Okay. So this is we've done so many of these.
Yeah.
And I'm like probably half of them. You haven't actually written down who they're by.
Well,
what is wrong with you?
Anyway, this is the quote.
Okay.
We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's like a proverb or something.
I think
someone from the olden days.
I think it's like kind of like you are what you eat. In the sense of like...
I feel like you say the weirdest things after I say a quote, and I just stare at you in like disbelief because you just...
I have to have something to compare it to, because otherwise it's just, words in the air.
You don't understand.
Yeah. I'm simple-minded over here. You are what you think? What was it even again? You are what you think? What you think you become. What was it?
No.
What was it then?
Sorry, I can't read properly. We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think what I have the burden on myself for some reason to have to explain to the people.
You're slouching. Sit up straight.
No. I don't want to use my core for 45 minutes. No, I think I have the burden on me for some whatever reason to have to explain what the quote means to the people listening.
They know.
I mean, yeah, you think so, but for some, it's like, if you...
Imagine if someone was like, I didn't know.
It's like if you tell a joke, and there's not an immediate reaction from the person you're telling it to. Or if you're telling it, like if we told a joke here on the podcast, we have no idea if the people on the other end got it.
Right.
So then we continue to explain it so that we make sure they got it.
When you explain the joke, it's not funny.
It's not funny. That's my point. That's why I'm saying, like, that's why I feel
you don't have a point here. You're just rambling.
No.
You're like, words. Random thought, words.
No. My point is that because there is no immediate feedback, as is customary with YouTube.
Right. I mean, you are supposed to be the immediate feedback.
But... I mean, we're both in the room, though, so we can see each other's reaction. But anyone listening, I have no idea what they're thinking right now. If they're thinking
Comment what you're thinking.
Everyone's just going to, comment just what you're thinking.
Oh, that's so annoying.
The words, what you're thinking. Anyway, we would quote, every week, hit or miss. This one is something. But,
okay.
I came up with a couple of questions and then a new segment and then a game we could play.
I have a segment idea.
You have a segment idea. Okay, pitch it to me.
Okay.
And then we can come up with it on the spot or whatever we have to do for the segment. We come up with it on the spot. This is the inventive process of the podcast. This is what we do to make this happen. Anyway.
So, highs and lows of every week.
Okay.
So we just say, we're not going deep into, nobody wants to hear our whole struggles. That's weird.
They don't care about us enough.
That's oversharing. Yeah. But your basic highs and lows of that week.
Okay. So I'd be like, high this week would be I ate dirt cake.
Which is Oreos and cream cheese.
Yeah, it's like an Oreo. It's like a layer of crushed Oreo, and then cream cheese mixed with pudding on top of that, and then a layer of crushed Oreos on top of that. It's kind of like a pie, actually. It really is like a pie.
Don't say that. I don't like pies.
That's my high. Low, maybe when we ran out of dirt cake. That was low. That's mine. Anyway.
My high is probably okay. A little background.
Actually, before you say that,
Okay.
would this be something that we come up with beforehand on the podcast, or do we just say it on the spot? Because the problem with this is I mean, a podcast, we're supposed to be like talking,
Right.
you know? So I don't want there to be dead space, even though there's probably music in the background right now. I don't want there to be dead space between or with us thinking, which is actually the problem with
Imagine
the
if you
segment.
didn't like edit in the music. You should be like played it and like you don't have Spotify Premium. And it's like, thanks for listening to Spotify. No, really, and you're just like.
And it's like we play it on speakers. It sounds terrible, by the way.
Like someone playing that like this
out
is
of
more
speakers.
Like at a funeral, it's like they're playing sad music and then that ad comes on.
I don't know. I wonder if people use like events and stuff. I'm assuming a lot of people use Spotify, but they're probably like they invite like that one. If it's like a wedding, they invite the one member of the family that has like premium. They know they have premium, and so like that's the only reason.
I'm sure there's more than one member.
No, only one.
Only one.
Yeah, only one. And that's all they were invited for.
So
Spotify.
My high.
Yeah. Okay.
Was this is the background information. I was cleaning right before this, like deep cleaning my room.
Yep.
And you were like, "Yo, we gotta do the
Everyone
podcast."
knows who needs it, so you know.
Oh, come on, no, that's not true.
Am I wrong?
Awful. Yes.
What? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Wait, what did you even say? Did you say everyone knows you need it?
Yeah.
No.
The deep clean.
Everyone needs a little deep clean in their life, okay?
Okay.
So, you know, the spray, the wipe it down, but the vacuuming, so that's my high, but I haven't finished yet because we're doing this. And my low was the weather.
Oh, yeah, it did rain this morning.
It's so gloomy out.
I love it though when it rains in the morning. For some reason,
if it's
for
gonna
some
rain,
reason, if it's in the morning, it makes me happier. And don't ask me why.
If it's gonna rain, it better like downpour.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, yes, thunder, oh, wind, yes. But if it's like
storms are kind of cool, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it's just like rain all day, I'm just like, I'm tired.
I think I would prefer it to be like, just complete like onslaught for like an hour, than it be off and on all day, because that's just annoying. You know.
I just want it to go out throughout the day. A big loud thunderstorm where you light candles and stuff like that.
So, are you like worshiping a storm here? You're like making a cult or something?
No.
You're talking about if the power ran out.
Right. Because whenever the power goes out, you like to light all the candles and you're like, no lights are allowed, like no flashlights. You're just like,
it's like
candles everywhere.
It's ambiance. It's like extra atmospheric conditions for the... Anyway.
Okay.
That was
so my low was the weather, because it's just like awful right now, and it was kind of like awful yesterday. But Monday, it was just like it was pretty windy, but it was warm.
Yesterday was tremendously windy. It was like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, I ran against
that sounds windy, but people who live in like... Actually, I don't know. What's a windy
Well, it was like 50 miles an hour that one day.
When was that?
I don't know, but it was one of the days.
50. I think it was...
It was like almost 60, too.
I think it was like one Saturday. It was 2 Saturdays ago, I think. And it was like 50 miles. It was something. But it was
pretty bad.
It was terrible.
I thought it was a Tuesday.
No, it was like 35 miles an hour of wind, but then it had gusts up to like 50. And that was horrible because I had to be outside that day. And I was doing stuff. But let's get into the podcast here. How's it been going around here? You know, you've been up to anything special?
I was deep cleaning my room.
No way.
Yeah, that's.
I haven't been doing anything, which is kind of weird, because like I feel like springtime is the time of like. I think spring is my probably most productive. My most productive
I hate
season.
Spring. I just figured this out. I'm always like, oh, spring's my favorite. And then every time we get to spring, I'm like, spring is the worst.
Yeah.
And every time after, I'm like, oh, love spring. But because it's so rainy all the time, it's so annoying.
I don't like spring. Personally, my favorite's fall. Not only because of the activities in fall, but because the weather's nicest in the fall. You can wear the nicest attire. Not nicest, but
I like
the
summer,
best
fall,
attire.
winter. It's only really
Summer, it's just too hot, and
it's
I just
only ever like
I'm against the whole bugs
fall
thing.
is like 1 week, winter is like for so long,
Winter is a good 4 months.
and spring is like 3 weeks, and then summer is like 1 month. If you add it all up together, it doesn't work. It's not 12 months.
Days are actually technically getting longer. Like they're longer, like microscopically.
What are you saying?
Well, I think it has to do with the orbit of the Earth or something.
You're gonna sound really stupid if this is wrong.
No, this is true. This is
Is
fact.
this why I'm tired all the time?
Yeah, no, it's not it's not noticeably longer, but
Okay.
I think if
Like
you
a second, like half a second.
yeah, if you
I
time
snapped, by the way. That was the noise.
I don't think that was probably loud.
Oh, okay.
But if you timed a day 100 years ago, you might find that a day today is like a half second longer, which is weird.
Oh, that's lovely. Anyway,
Hey, I mean, we got longer days now.
anyway, what do you have written down on your
Okay, so yeah, let's get into it.
paper?
Should I go with you just said you introduced a new segment, so I'll do mine later. But I did have a question. This is an interesting topic because this is, I mean, we're on the internet now, and this is what the internet's made of. Okay.
I don't like the way you phrased that.
Okay. So and this is what makes or breaks someone on the internet. I mean, this is who they are, who they become, their sort of persona. So, online names and personas.
Oh.
Why do people? I'm asking you because I haven't come up with an answer for this either. And actually, we technically have done this as well, so we can give insight for ours. But why do people choose the names they do for whatever they do? So if they're an internet personality, if they're like YouTubers, why do they choose the name they did or the persona they personify themselves as?
Well,
and how did they come up with that name?
well,
Because it's a weird topic. Because there's so many weird, or like not weird. I phrase that right. There are so many like kind of like offhand or like just sort of strange names of like famous people, and it's like why did that work,
I would just,
and why did that
like,
happen?
assume that it was like, if we're talking about like a gamer tag, it was like an inside joke or like something they accidentally said, something like that.
Or some of your friends called you or something. Yeah.
But like how we came up with this podcast name is,
Well, it was suggested, wasn't it? A long time
well,
ago.
sort of.
It was suggested a long time ago, and then we didn't enlist
I had
it,
a pretend podcast with one of my friends.
Oh, okay.
We weren't gonna do anything with it. We
Yeah.
asked our friends we asked our friends to send us questions,
Okay.
and one of them, he
Like the first episode of this podcast.
he said something in the text.
Cringe. Yeah.
He said something in the text, and I
Okay.
was like, that's kind of a cool name. And so I was like, oh yeah, thanks. And then that's what we named our podcast. And then we're still friends with this person, by the way. But that's what we named our podcast, and then that just really never happened. We never really did it.
No,
and
and then
then
it was like, 3
we
months
did
later.
it,
Or 3
and
months
we
later.
were like,
I know, I asked you about it because I
Yeah.
remembered you had a particular name, and I remembered I thought it was good.
yeah.
And it kind of sounds like something
Right, because
kids
your best
would
friend
talk
came
about.
up with it.
Maybe. Maybe. And I asked you what it was, and then you might have looked back on text, and then we were like, okay, this is fitting, and then I came up with the intro line and everything, and I mean the rest is history. But that's for us. But why do you think? Okay, if I'm just think of like a famous person, not someone that's like a celebrity who like actually is like that's who they are.
That's their name.
But I mean someone that's like they're someone different online. Like
What are you talking about?
I mean like if you're like a YouTuber.
Your chair squeak.
Yeah, damn, it's strange. I mean, if you're like a YouTuber, okay, famous YouTuber, PewDiePie, okay?
Okay.
PewDiePie has the name PewDiePie for whatever reason. What on earth does it mean? This is what I'm trying to get at. Where did it originate? Maybe he's talked about this in one of his videos. I have no idea.
I don't watch him either.
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't. But
Mr. Beast, though. No, I'm kidding.
that's another one. Who
Right.
came up with that name? So it's like, why or where did these names come from? Where they originate? Like, how do you? I don't know. It's just an interesting thought process. I thought I'd mention.
I thought we were talking about celebrities where they were like, they changed their name.
Well, all famous YouTubers are technically they're not A-list celebrities.
No,
I mean,
I
they're not
meant
real
like Emma
celebrities.
Watson. Like, I was
Like
like, I'm pretty
A-list,
sure that's her name.
Yeah, I mean, but like someone like Jack Black. I mean, he's probably, I think he is, like an A-list celebrity, but his real name's not Jack Black, and I know you probably know this, but, you know.
His name isn't Jack Black?
No, that's not his real name.
What is it?
I don't know. I forgot, but I know that that's not his real name.
That's kind of bothering me now.
And I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where it's sort of like a
You gotta have
stage
something
presence.
catchy.
Yeah, you adopt a stage name that's there to attract attention, kind of like a neon sign outside of a hotel or whatever. So I don't know.
Billboards.
Billboards are weird. I've seen some of the weirdest.
Billboards are weird.
I've seen some of the weirdest billboards out on like
You're reading
country
a script.
highways and stuff.
That's what it sounds.
Billboards are weird. I'm not familiar with the script, or no, we don't read script. But I've seen some of the weirdest billboards. Like I saw one time. It was hilarious. We were driving. It was a long car trip. And we're in the car. I was for some.
That was redundant. Sorry.
For some reason, I was the only one paying attention to the scenery because I'm observant like that.
Oh.
And I see this billboard on the right side of the road, and it's big and tall, and it's "Your girlfriend loves me," and somebody paid to put that on a billboard, and it was like. I don't think that was the specific words. I don't remember, but it was
That's
something.
so petty.
It was something like that, and I'm like, I was like, who are you trying to like make like doubt themselves? Like, why on earth? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. Anyway,
You wouldn't even know, like, the name on the bottom. You're like, I'm gonna go find them
go find them.
on
Yeah.
Facebook. Like,
Anyway, we're not here to talk about
I actually have a question.
billboards. Okay, no, I did too, but you go because
Okay.
I just said
This is similar
online
to
first.
one that we've said before.
Okay.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Okay.
This is similar to that.
Okay.
Is cereal a soup?
I will help you out here and just automatically say no.
Why not?
Reason being, and I'll tell you why. Soup
Is
has
hot.
the words UP, or the letters UP at the end, okay? UP comes from the Latin root word USS. This is real, okay?
Okay.
Which translate
The
to
fact that you have to, like, reassure.
which translate to hot or warm, which is
Okay.
temperature. So
Have you never eaten hot cereal?
I'm saying this. Soup, I don't know where the SO came from, but soup is, maybe that means something else as like steamed vegetables, I don't know. But soup is originally created to be hot. I lied about that whole
Yeah.
Latin
Yeah.
root word. Okay,
I knew
that's
you
fake.
weren't that smart.
No, but soup is classified by its hotness.
Not true.
Okay.
A lot of people like cold soup better. And
Okay, yeah, but it's
I
not.
was watching the Dick Van Dyke Show, and they were
Of
like,
course you were.
hey, you want my cereal? And Freddie was like, cold or hot? And then she was like, hot. I just made it. Here, you can have mine. And he was like, okay, I had cold. The fact that I knew that. Okay. But that is a hot cereal, and we had hot cereal at my house for a long, long time.
Okay.
Nobody ate it because it was really nasty.
Yeah.
But it is, it's a thing.
And you're saying hot cereal.
Hot cereal. Cereal is cereal no matter if it's cold or hot.
Right.
I'm sure
so
some
why are you
weird
asking me if
people
cereal
warm
soup?
up their milk before they put it in.
So what I'm saying to you is
Oh, okay.
is the fact that you're saying some people eat soup cold is already proving my point, because you're telling me in that sentence that it's supposed to be hot.
Well, yeah, but some cereal is supposed to be hot.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it literally says.
Are you talking about oatmeal?
No.
That's called oatmeal.
I adore you said that, was so. You're just derogatory. But like, there is cereal, and it comes in a box, and it's like oatmeal, but it's not. It says cereal, and it's like dried fruit and stuff like that, and you make it like it's oatmeal. But it's cereal.
It's not. It's just a different name for it. It's really not.
No.
It's like dehydrated, like whenever I go camping or
I'm gonna
backpacking.
fight you on this, okay?
No.
Next podcast, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna have
The facts.
I'm gonna have proof, and
Okay.
you're gonna be like, it's still not.
Okay, listen.
cereal.
The question you asked me is
cereal
cereal soup. Cereal, in its traditional sense, if you walk up to anyone on the street and ask, what do you think of when you think of cereal? They are not going to answer soup.
No, they're gonna think of milk.
They're going to think of milk, which is what?
Or milk, as some people like to say.
They're going to think of milk, which is what?
Dairy?
What temperature is it?
Cold, unless it's
Otherwise,
spoiled.
it would spoil.
Yeah,
Correct.
people used to leave milk on the porch.
Yeah, milkman walk around.
Don't-
Milkman.
Where do you eat spoiled milk? You don't buy it, you eat it. That's the correct one. Anyway.
Are you trying to... I honestly don't even know what you're talking about half the time, but I'm just saying, point is, cereal...
I'm gonna tell you right now, hot dog is not a taco.
I'm saying cereal is cold, okay, it's supposed to be. Soup is supposed to be hot, therefore they're just not the same thing. I'm not saying, technically, maybe, some things are branded as cereal that are supposed to be hot.
I'm gonna see whether cereal
And technically
or
some
cereal
things-
was developed first, and whatever one was developed first, I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Well, cereal was invented in, like, I think it was, like, the early 90s. Okay?
General Milling since 1960.
Yeah. So, like, early...
I don't know. I know.
It was 90s, and, of course, at the beginning, it was just, like, just generic, like cornflakes or whatever. That's kind of the
I
original.
love cornflakes.
That's the original cereal. Even then, from the beginning, it was supposed to be cold. So
I'm going to
maybe-
prove you
you know
wrong
what?
next podcast, or I'm going to tell it to you. You got to put it like the description box.
I've had another brainwave.
Oh, come on.
maybe-
That's 3 times now.
Maybe people wanted a soup substitute for the morning because they'd eat soup or stew for dinner. And they wanted something like that they could just eat quickly in the morning before they went to work or
somebody
something.
who used to eat spaghetti for breakfast, and I went to their house once for a sleepover.
Yeah.
And we had spaghetti for breakfast, and it was cold, and it was the worst thing ever.
I have no idea who you're talking about. I don't even want to know.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, maybe cereal's origin is from
This is taking
soup.
too long.
No. I'm finished. No. I'm finishing this question. If cereal originally came from the idea of soup, which is hot, then maybe even if it didn't start cold, if some brand.
No, hold on.
No. I'm upset.
We're gonna have to revisit this next podcast.
No.
This is so long.
No, I'm almost done. If some cereal if some soup or oatmeal, technically, or oats, whatever, is branded as cereal, then whatever, okay? And if some soup that's cold, or if some liquid that has chunks in it.
This has gotten really aggressive. We're like fighting.
No.
This is the podcast where we are literally yelling at each other.
I listen, okay. I don't even.
Why'd you laugh like that? You said.
I don't even think we're directly disagreeing right now.
We literally are. I'm rubbing
Okay,
my
wait.
eyes so they're turning I can't see.
Because you're closed, weirdo. Okay, listen. Just look at me. You're asking if cereal is soup, okay?
You have 10 seconds.
What's your answer? Is cereal soup? And is cereal
Well, that doesn't make sense. Cereal is cereal.
So why on earth did you ask me if cereal was soup?
It's just a question. I got a brainwave and I felt like I should say it. Why did you ask me if hot dog was a sandwich if you didn't?
I didn't. That was man in the chair. Only OGs will remember. You know. That was his.
Oh, that's gonna be in the comments sometime. Like if we ever, it's like episode 2,500, and it's like that we probably wouldn't be alive. But I mean,
What? That's like 4 years from now.
oh,
Can you imagine doing this weekly for 4 years?
you'd be so old.
No, we wouldn't be old. We'd just be like, how would we even still be speaking? You know?
To each other?
No, just about stuff. Because we do this back to back. I don't know if people know this, but we do this back to back. This entire podcast has just been one entire recording straight.
Stop lying.
No, this is true.
Stop
And we
lying.
just chop it up.
Nobody's
and do it-
ever gonna believe you when you tell a fun fact or a story anymore. You're just a pathological liar.
this podcast was actually recorded 5 years before you were
Right.
listening to it.
That's correct.
And it's just one massive video
Yeah,
that
it was
we chopped
actually
up.
it was recorded before YouTube was made.
Right.
and
So
we-
we're actually just guessing about all the
Right.
things that are going on in the world.
And
we have no idea.
We created YouTube.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
that's what we're gonna call it.
we're
We actually-
predicting, yeah.
We're thinking about calling it Pandora for the longest time.
We were thinking about calling it MeTube instead of YouTube.
Yeah.
But,
But
you
then
know.
we're like, maybe it's all of us.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the whole world.
And as we're recording this right now, people have. No, okay.
Just go to your next thing. It's
Okay,
like,
listen.
So throw the whole cereal bit
It's
away.
it's like
It's like the 7th of
digging a
April
ditch.
in 2021.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's the date. Anyway, what is this is a question for you and for me because I haven't thought about it. And I'm actually going to be very specific about this, but what is the thing, of anything, that you've always wanted to do? Okay, so give me where, who.
I've always wanted to live in Walmart. like
No,
and
okay.
get
No,
free
I'm-
shipping supplies.
No, this is what I'm talking about. You
Oh,
didn't, you didn't
okay.
let me finish.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying with the 5 W's, okay? Where, with whom, with what, when, and then why. That specific something.
Okay, so where? Walmart. I want to live in Walmart.
Okay, so the thing is you would like to live in Walmart, and you've always just wanted to live in Walmart.
Right, and I want to get like free supplies every.
So you
And
realize
then
that's not how that works.
And nobody.
They
gets
pay
come in,
for
like,
it.
Walmart's my house. No, listen. You said always wanted. Why are you crushing my
Okay,
dream?
I actually
What's
said
the
what's the
next
thing
W?
you've always wanted to do.
With who? My
Yeah.
family,
Okay,
and also my friends get to live with me.
because it's very large.
Yeah, each person gets an aisle. And I get the Pringles aisle.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
Right. And also the bedding aisle. And
Okay.
also I own Walmart. What's the next W?
What?
I want to be a billionaire.
I mean, Walmart's like a $450 billion company, so.
So, no, I don't want to own all the Walmarts.
Um,
Just that Walmart.
well then, I hate to break it to you, but you're not going to be a billionaire.
What? Okay, don't. Why? Stop. What's
When?
the next W?
When?
When? Preferably by tomorrow.
Okay. I mean, I can make a few phone calls. I think I can get that to happen.
What's the next one?
Why?
Because Walmart is happiness. And you get to look at all those fish.
What?
Do you know the fish that they have in the back of
Oh, in the
Walmart?
back of the Walmart. I was so confused for a second. You know, you're going to have to feed all those fish.
No, I'll get you to do that.
No, I'm not living in your Walmart. I'm going to live in a house, thank
You
you.
have to. I'll
No.
get you.
You said that you always...
You can
said-
live.
Time out. In episode 5, you said you wanted a little granny house.
That's a recent development.
Okay. I guess the question is something you've always wanted to do. For
Oh.
something I've always wanted to
You know
do,
little scooter things in Walmart?
you'd abuse your power.
Ride around all the aisles like, yo, get that thing, put it back on the shelf.
You know, no one would listen to you. Like,
Yeah, they would.
no, they wouldn't.
They can't live in Walmart.
I don't want to live in
I'm
Walmart.
gonna force my friends to live with me.
That sounds like a horrible thing to do.
No, they want to live
no.
with me. I have friends sometimes.
Okay. Something I've always wanted to do was visit all 50 states because I feel like
Why did you have to? Okay.
I feel like each I've been to like maybe 10 total. Okay.
Pretty sure Walmart's all around
Out of
the
the
world.
50. Walmart? No, it's Globe.
You haven't been to 10?
Maybe. Let me count.
Like 3.
No. What? And I've flown over like 7 different states.
That
so
doesn't count.
yes, I was in those states.
That doesn't count.
I've been to what? Illinois,
Mhm.
Kansas, Missouri,
Mhm.
Oklahoma,
I've been to Georgia.
Arkansas, Maryland,
That's it.
and whatever states are between
Washington.
Maryland
I'm
and
going to Washington
Missouri.
and Virginia.
what? Oh, yeah.
What is
Anyway,
that?
Um,
How many fingers? It's 9.
that's not. I feel like I would like to. I feel like each state has something
we went
about
to
it, like a
Washington.
landmark. What?
Both of us.
What?
I got a little red teddy bear. Was that not Washington? I
What
was
are you
very
talking
young.
about?
Didn't
We-
we go to Washington?
No, we the one place we flew to
We
together.
went to D.C.
No, we went to Maryland.
No.
Yes.
But why do I have a little red teddy bear that says Washington on it?
It probably came from a weird, like, thrift store
No,
somewhere.
we got it there.
No, that
Yes,
absolutely
we
never happened.
did.
That's completely incorrect. Anyway, because I feel like the reason I say this is because I feel like each state has like a specific landmark or something about it. So I feel like I'd like to go visit those things. Just because America's a country I live in, so I'd like to know that country anyway.
I have another question.
Okay, ask your question, and then I'll... Actually, no.
You didn't even say...
I'm not letting you introduce your question.
Why not?
I'm not gonna let you say your question. I'm gonna introduce this new segment that I want to do, and I have a name for it as well.
By the way, I just hurt my shoulder, and it really hurts.
So you called yours, what's it?
Highs and
Highs and lows. I'm calling mine scenarios. That rhymed on accident.
It's scenarios.
Scenario. I say scenario.
We live in different places.
So, scenario is this is my idea for it. Okay. So at any time during the podcast, so this is supposed to be, it's sort of like a game, but at any point during the podcast, so both of us get to do it. We give the other person a scenario. So it's something somewhere with a problem to solve. So it can be the most random of anything. And they come up with just like a silly way to solve it. It doesn't have to be super serious. And the trick of it though, like it's just a joke. The trick of it is that we can do it at any time, so it's unexpected. You don't know what scenario I'm going to give you, and you just have to come up with just an immediate answer. Whatever, it can be silly, cannot make sense, whatever.
What if we accidentally do it at the same time? And what if it's this?
Well, one of us will just yield, you know?
Okay. The one who sits in the shorter chair has to yield.
That's technically me, but whatever. I can, that's fine. I don't care. But I was thinking we could come up with one now. Okay.
I don't work that way. Can we start next week?
Well, this wasn't going to be something I was going to write down. I was just going to come up with this during the podcast.
Well, I don't
Here, this can be
way.
an example week, so you don't have to do it this week. I'll come up with something.
Okay.
And then you can, anyway. Okay, this is it. You're trapped in a room with an angry bee that's 400 times the size it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. You're trapped in a room with an angry bee. There's no apparent way to get out, and you have to calm it down. It's not angry at you, but you're afraid it might sting you, okay? And because it's 400 times the size, you know, there's a problem there. You have sunscreen, spray sunscreen, and you have 4 saltine crackers. And there's some discarded rags in the corner.
I know exactly what to do.
Okay.
You spray a layer of sunscreen, like keep going, like to where it's like whipped cream on your arm. Okay. And what you do is you wrap your hand with the 3 cloths. Okay,
I didn't say 3. I just said some discarded cloths.
Okay, I thought there was 3.
There could be 3.
Then you start singing, and then the bee fluttering down.
Okay.
And you grab the axe in the corner, and you
You plan to kill it?
Yeah.
Alright,
and it tries to sting you, but the sunscreen and the rags.
Right. I didn't really...
It's allergic.
I forgot to mention, and then what do you do with the crackers?
You eat them because you're hungry. Actually, whatever made the bee bigger, which was the sunscreen, you rub it on the crackers, makes them really big, and then some of it, obviously sunscreen isn't on all the cracker because it grew. Yeah. And so you eat the really large cracker, and you still have 3 more, and you build a boat out of those. 2 on the sides, 1 in the middle, and you blow across the Atlantic Ocean.
So, I mean... that works.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
I mean, that was sort of my idea, though. It's like supposed to be not serious and just kind of a joke. So yeah, but we can do this called scenarios every week. We just randomly throw one at the other person, and they have to come up with a quick solution to whatever problem. Anyway, that's
I only have 2 questions left, but I'm gonna pick one.
Okay. The only thing I have, and this is fine because we're already 35 minutes in. The only thing I have is just this.
Well, no, because I messed up for the beginning.
34 minutes in.
More than 34 right now.
34:50.
32.
No, that took like maybe
30 seconds.
It took, yeah, like 30 seconds. So I just have the game that I said we could play later. But
what game?
I mentioned I have a game that we could play.
I thought that
on
was the
podcast.
game.
No, that was the new
Oh.
segment called Scenarios.
Well, I have a very, very short question.
Okay, that's fine.
How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
So here's the thing. This is like a scenario. This is what it could be. So it actually only takes 3, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So
listening.
elephants live in the savannah, or on safari, and they have really tall grass in the safari. And elephants, because they're large creatures, they don't really have any natural predators. They just walk around freely, and they don't really pay attention to the ground that they're treading. But they're like gentle giants. So what you do is you have one chicken on the ground who sacrifices its life. They run in front of the elephant because it's tall grass. The elephant doesn't see it. Okay, and
Hey!
they sit there and wait for it to get stepped on. The elephant steps on it and feels really bad because it notices, obviously, that there was something on the ground. The other 2 chickens walk up and say, hey, you killed my friend. And the elephant gets really depressed. And what the elephant doesn't know is that 3rd chicken was actually just a robot that the other 2 chickens made. And the other 2 chickens quickly fly into the air, and they land on each tusk.
They didn't get their wings clipped, huh?
No. Well, what chickens don't clip? They can't fly, but they do this little jump fly thing. They jump on top of the elephant's tusks, and each one peck out an eyeball.
So,
And then the elephant is there merciless, and they call their 14 lion friends, and then they all eat the elephant.
So that's incorrect. The answer is square.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because how many chickens it takes to kill an elephant is obviously a shape as an answer, right?
Right.
So, yeah, that makes sense. I can't believe I didn't even think about that.
Shouldn't ear be a shape?
No, that's it's like a squeezed on one end oval.
We're not elves. What are you talking about?
I'm saying because it gets slimmer as it gets
You got our secret out. We're elves. We have little pointy ears.
Anyway, we'll say that was your scenario. That was a decent one.
Okay.
I think I had a decent answer. This is like I feel like this new segment is like a bad time where we can like rant about something for like half an hour. And,
Also, why would you want to kill an elephant?
You asked me.
Right, you should have said square and 0. Square 0.
Technically,
Square 0 times x 07 equals 52.
Right, 52. No. Anyway, I mean, why people would want to kill elephants is for their tusks, obviously, because ivory. It used to be way rarer than it is now.
Do all elephants have tusks?
Well, unless they were taken already. So anyway, there's probably I'm pretty sure there's a small version of elephants. You can get like small elephants that don't grow to be very big.
Anyway, what is your question?
No, it's not a question. My last thing. I said the new
Yeah.
game we can play. So this is also something that we could do just at any time, but this is not something that we have to do every week. But I was gonna say, we can do this now because this won't be difficult.
Okay.
We give each other a random word, just one word, and the person who received the word has to come up with a real story, something that's actually happened to them before,
Okay.
pertaining to that word. So a story of something where that word was actually like relevant, whatever the thing is. So sort of like an item, has to be an item, or like a description, an adjective, an item.
Okay.
An item or an adjective, basically. And they have to come up with a story
I already thought of a word.
where, that's relevant. Or
Your
in
word
the story. Okay.
is squeakers.
Squeakers. Okay. This is a bad one. But okay, so we used to watch, I used to watch a show growing up called George Shrinks.
Ah!
And there was a mouse. George Shrinks. It's just about a boy who's like tiny. He's like way small. He's like the size
I
of a
only
mouse.
remember the bathtub thing where George got the bathtub.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
But anyway, he's like 4 inches tall. That's sort of the thing, and he has like these like toys he flies around in and stuff. His family's just normal outside of that, but he finds a mouse. He saves a mouse from a cat in one of the episodes in his garage or something, and he called it Squeakers.
Okay.
And I remember watching this show growing up, and I remember that specifically right now for whatever reason, because you said squeakers.
What's my word?
Your word is bath bomb.
Okay, this isn't... Okay, this is just a nice little story.
Okay.
So, I was at this event type thing, and there were, like, people that I know. It was, like, a people event. And...
Okay. A wedding?
We were just, like, walking around, chilling, hanging out with people, right? It wasn't really, like, a party, but it was just, like, a hangout event type thing. And we're, like, eating... Actually, I don't think there was food. There was food. Anyway,
okay.
So this girl that I didn't know very well.
You couldn't be any more vague about what this is.
I don't want to say it.
Okay, that's fine.
Because it's... Anyway, so, there's this girl that I knew her name.
Middle school reunion?
Middle school reunion, no. There's this girl, I didn't really know her name, or I knew her name, but I didn't really know her.
Yeah.
And, we had, like, talked, like, once.
Okay.
And she just, like, came up to me and she was like, hey, Merry Christmas.
Any chance they're listening to this?
None.
Okay, good.
There's, like, 0.5% chance.
That's pretty, I mean, 1 in 200 is pretty likely, you know?
0.5% isn't 1 in 200. Oh,
yes, it is, yeah.
Well, it's not anything bad about her.
Okay.
She just walked up to me and she was like, hey, Merry Christmas. And she gave me a bag of, like, a bunch of bath bombs that she made.
Oh, so it's a Christmas party.
Sure.
I mean, you said, I'm just context clues anyway. Keep going.
You were there. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about still, but keep going.
Yeah, it was basically just like a Christmas party.
Okay.
Actually, I don't even know what you would call it, but a Christmas party sounds
okay.
Right. Yeah, and she just gave me, like, a bath bomb, so we never really talked again, but that was really nice of her.
Okay.
Yeah.
After this podcast, I'm going to ask you who that was.
Okay.
So I'm curious now. But we don't say names on the podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's going to be it for this week. Episode 11 of To Be Honest. Man, these go by fast. I feel like...
Technically, it's 12.
Anyway. Well, yeah. Of the original episode 6. If you don't know if we're talking about, then you can go watch episode 6 and a half, and then you'll understand. But that's going to be it for this week. We have one more segment, and that's the fact of the day or fact of the week, whatever you say. It's technically week because we do this weekly. But this is it. And the last couple times, it hasn't been to do with animals. All the times before that, though, it has been. But this time, this is animals.
Okay.
Something to do with an animal. And it is this. The severed head of a sea slug can grow a whole new body. So from the head, it grows a new body.
What? Welcome to Be Honest, the relatable... Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. Can we restart?
That's fine. Just go.
Oh, you're going to edit it out? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to Be Honest, episode 11.
No, welcome to episode 11 of To Be Honest.
Oh, okay, great.
Just go. Yep.
Just leave a pause in it so you can edit
so I can
out.
cut it. That's the easiest way. You're right.